Any plans on me playing Cyberpunk after the patches? Absolutely. I am waiting for either an expansion or transmog or some kind of big content update. Then we'll probably play Cyberpunk again. Yep. That's the plan. Yeah, so Fusion. Excuse me. Hey, Juke W, what's up, bud? So we're just gonna be doing side content and stuff tonight. Getting our boy Bull set up, all that kind of stuff. Boop! Oh, it missed. Boop! That one did. Damn, was that 2,000? What? Hell yeah. That's a new high. Uh-oh. Okay, so we need to check. Do we have any decent gear for these guys? I think I need to rip Cassandra's gear off. Blackwall. Do we have anything better for you? Oh, you can use the serrated Canary blade. Okay, you put that on. That's awesome. For shields, we don't really have anything better for you. For Iron Bull, he's got on a Bull's Edge. On kill, target explodes for 75% weapon damage. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. Armor. For Blackwall, he's wearing a 12 armor blue helmet and 60 armor defenders. So we can give him the reinforced defender's armor. That's huge. Big upgrade there. And then for the helmet, I don't think we're going to do better. Yeah, we're not going to do better. What about for Iron Bull? You're wearing 59 reinforced defender. We can give you regular defender. And then we can give you this thing here. A Canary helmet. Okay. Good stuff there. For your accessories, we'll give you a life ward. Sure. We have like nothing else. Okay.
Done and done.
Okay. Got the Spoder Fangs. It is really dark in here. You pick up a torch or something? I see dead people. So we're just going to clear this cave, and I think we're going to go over to the Highland area. We're already kind of working on clearing that out, so we'll do that first. Oh, there's a light. A little bit of a light. Is this where we came in? No. Yes. Yeah. That might be everything. I think that's it. Turn on the flashlight? I know, right? We are gravy. Okay. So, let's go to Highwall. First, we'll go to Haven. Let's get the stuff off of our girl. And then we'll head over to Highwall and do all of the sign content. Yep. Cookie Seeker, not yet. Not yet. Oh, did I use Frosty to run the game? No, I didn't. Let's get to the next area, and then we'll get that up. Good call. Thank you for the reminder.
Saw the Herald of Andraste. They just sealed the rift and stopped the demons.
There's still nothing there.
You need anything here? I think
We got any people to talk to? There's Iron Bull. Blackwall has a quest. Ooh.
safe at Haven.
See reason, Lisette.
I've heard about
We
Valpoio.
cannot stay here.
This is not right. I will not be joining them. At least the Inquisition does not stand directly opposed to the Chantry.
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
Hey, Rose Nicole, how are you doing?
You're not going to rejoin the Order?
When the temple went up, your forces rescued those few of us still alive. My life is a debt I intend to repay, however I can.
Cascanoidus. Awesome, buddy. Good luck.
Do you have any idea what caused the explosion?
No, I'm just a recruit. Belief and faith doesn't get you closer to the important meetings. Though that distance did save my life.
How did you come to be a Templar?
It seemed the right thing to do. My family are tradesfolk in Denerim. I could have become a cobbler like my father, but this seemed better. It's a chance to uphold the Chantry's laws and help the mages through a troubled time.
Thanks, Meat Man.
Not every Templar feels that way.
I know. Power can corrupt. It's a delicate balance. One person trying to do something can make a difference. You should keep that in mind, Harold.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
Nice. Completely optional. I love it.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight, not a practice one.
Yes, Commander.
Ezio, we're doing all 3
We've
DLCs.
received a number of recruits. Locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try. I was recruited to the Inquisition in Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
I must have this mark for a reason. It will work. I'm sure of it.
Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry
Hey,
lost
who can
control
anyone?
of both Templars and Mages. Now they argue over a new divine while the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's so much we can... Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
No, but if you have one prepared, I'd love to hear it.
Another time, perhaps. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander,
Wink.
the Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
He walks away. You rude. I'm not done talking. You're done talking when I say we are.
Did you need something?
Is there anything I should know?
The Lord Seeker's actions are a mystery, but the Templars will aid us. They cannot sit idle while the breach remains.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
If you need insight into what the Order is doing now, I'm afraid I can't offer more than you already know. Anything else, I will answer as best I can.
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn.
Good show.
The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was
Whoa.
13 when I left home.
Whoa!
Good
So,
show.
so Kyoka and Chillin' Villain gifted sub bombs in the exact same moment. Kyoka with a 10 and Chillin' Villain with a 5. Thank you guys both so much. That is huge. Thank you. Thank you both very much. Your stars align. Really do appreciate it.
13. That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the order at infancy. Still, I didn't take on full
Combo, I know, right?
responsibilities until I was 18. The order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your
show.
family? Did you miss them?
Of course.
Cookie Seeker with the
There were many
5.
my age who
Thank you,
felt the
Cookie
same.
Seeker.
We learned to look out for
Thank you
one
very much.
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant
Poor
serving
girl
in a
keeps getting her
circle.
face
They
smacked.
were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak
Good
or
show.
malicious.
Shiny Coney with the 5 bomb as well. Thank
What do
you.
you think of mages? Are they all a threat?
I've seen the suffering magic can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so here. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place
Good
to
show.
protect people, including mages, from possession at the least.
Cyber Trigger with the 5 bomb. Zax with the 5 bomb. Loafer Scott with the T1 sub. Thank you all for the support. Zax with another gifted sub. Psycho Cyborg with the 5 bomb. Good God. The person on the left has no head? Oh, Jesus almighty. We've got a demon in the camp!
Good show.
No, not good show. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Are the swords supposed to be forked? I think so. I think they're like weighted training swords, so that would kind of make sense. Yeah. Lost his head, but he still doesn't give up. That's true. What a boss, man. What a boss.
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar there?
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Before that, then?
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching.
Oh, and that guy doesn't have a face. This dude's the Invisible Man.
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
Some do, but Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the Chant of Transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. And I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of Lyria and its power. As Templars, we are not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
A life of service and sacrifice. Are Templars also expected to give up physical temptations?
Physical? Why... why would you... That's not expected. Templars can marry, although there are rules around it, and the Order must grant permission. Some may choose to give up more to prove of their devotion, but it's not required.
By the way, I see somebody said, could we please not use the American month-day standard for the title? Not sure if there are enough characters to use a 3-letter abbreviation for the month instead. Yeah, I will absolutely continue using the exact date structure in the title, as that is what's used here in my home country. It's now that you know that, it is very easy to deduce and read. And no, I'm not going to change it, because it would just be confusing for, you know, half of the audience. So, yeah. So, there we go. The fact that you even asked me to change it means that you know how to read it, so I don't need to change it.
Maker's breath.
And yes, Psycho, I'm talking to you.
Something else.
No, I'm not going to change it.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll
You know I'm an uncivilized American psycho cyborg. You can't civilize me.
That is with America.
Okay, do we have anything else to say to... Ooh, that may be good.
It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
Oh, I completely agree. It makes a lot more sense to
Not
do
sure.
day, month, year.
Where are you from?
Also, the metric system makes a lot more sense than our system. But, you know, it's just how it is, unfortunately, for now. Yeah, it is kind of weird that, like, if day, month, year is the increment of time. So days are shorter than months, months are shorter than years. So, you know, it makes sense, right? But, hear me out here. America. And here in America, we do what we want. So, I think that that's something that's important to mention. I do. I do. I think that's a valid point. And yes. I think that's good. Freedom. Yeah, because freedom. Absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lemarius does bring up a good point. It's arranged how we would normally speak it. Well, yeah, I mean, you say July 4th, 2022, right? 7/4/2022. But I know people that would say the 4th of July. I mean, that's what you call it, like 4th of July, 2022. You just put an of after the numbers. 3rd of June, 2022. I know people who talk like that regularly, so I wouldn't say, you know.
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh, I didn't think your people roamed that far north, but clearly I'm mistaken. I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Slow down, Godskin. Wow. Sugar and Sweet, thank you for the 20 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you.
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the divine.
Okay.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Oh yeah, no, I totally, the metric system makes a lot more sense than our weird ass system.
With passion,
I can't
do for
I can't
you?
fight that one. I can't fight that one. Yep.
Iron Bull said the charges were at my disposal. Do you have any suggestions on how to use them?
Nothing jumps out at me. If I come up with any ideas, I'll let you know.
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Why is metric easier? Metric is just logically it makes more sense and it's easier to learn. So it's like metric works basically in like base 10s essentially, which of course are that's what we're used to. That's how most it's more aligned to our normal number system. So because of the base 10 format, where the imperial system, which is what we use, is completely arbitrary. It's just like all over the place. We'll call this much and that's that much, and Like it's just a, how long's a mile? 5,200 something. I don't know. Sounds good to me. So it's like it's just all over the place. So I mean, of course, once you learn it, you know, you grow up learning, it's not that big of a deal. But it's just, if you sit them next to each other, one of them clearly is more like structured. It fits more. Yeah, same with Celsius and Fahrenheit. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yep. Keep up. Somebody said this isn't a political stream. We're not talking politics, dude. We're talking numbers. I mean, it's, you know, we're just having fun. This is not a grand political statement I'm making right now. We're just messing around, dude. Let's do this.
Do the charges
No big deal.
specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Bull doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops, as skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and Skinner and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the chief goes wherever he can hit something.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits can possess trees, too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles, had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
So wait, real quick. Ezekiel Boy says, my favorite thing about the origin of the Fahrenheit system, did you know that originally 100 degrees was supposed to be the human body temperature, but they later found out they were wrong? Is that accurate? Is Fahrenheit based on is it just wrong? Because that would be kind of, that is accurate. That's really how that worked. I never knew that. That is hilarious. The guy it was based on had a fever? No. Oh, wow. That Sniper Shot EU says pretty close to 100 to be fair. See, that makes that's I like that. That sounds very American. It's close enough. It works. Whatever. It's like give or take a few. It's cool. That's cool. We're a pretty relaxed people at the end of the day most of the time. It's cool. Whatever. Make it work. Do you follow rules?
Are there rules for how mercenaries operate?
If you don't want some noble to treat you like bandits, yes. There's also a code of conduct most companies hold to. Keeps things civilized on the battlefield. We accept surrenders for ransom from mercenaries, nobles, and soldiers wearing a lord's colors.
No, I think NASA works in
prisoners are
metric.
treated well, injuries tended. We'd want the same for any of ours who got captured.
I think NASA works in metric, if I'm not mistaken. But I think, to be blunt, most international companies work in metric. Because most of the rest of the world uses metric. So companies that tend to like work a lot with other international companies and international governments and things like that, they generally work in metric because it's just easier. Yeah.
We'll talk later.
That makes sense. Logistically, that makes sense.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Not the aviation industry. To be fair, the American aviation industry is effing terrible. So, I mean, nothing would surprise me about that at all. It is a mess. It is a mess. Oh, man. How do you know he's a Templar?
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
He is.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right.
He has a tiny head.
It takes
Actually,
time
he's
to build
just
a group into a
gigantic.
team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them
His
to make
head's
a decent
normal.
shield
All of
wall,
this is just
and they'll be
huge.
good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
Revan says, does Ko remember that you can only pick one main quest option, Templars or Mages, and starting one locks out the other? Yes, we are not going to be doing the Templar unlock area or Red Cliff tonight. We're going to save that for tomorrow. I'm 99% certain I'm going to do Red Cliff, but I'm not entirely sure. Hmm.
Leliana's been pulling the strings of the Inquisition ever since it started.
Red's your spy master, not your leader. I don't see her standing in the spotlight anytime soon. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest, or even the most talented.
Templars has
We
more
pick the ones willing to
lore.
make the hard decisions and live with the consequences. Ah, who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach.
Really?
The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
Is Templars like the bad guys though, aren't they? I don't really want to do that.
Can I help you?
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben-Hassrath.
Ben-Hassrath is actually a general term.
Also, I mean, we're doing
You've
this
got
for
the secret
Solus.
police who
I feel like that's
investigate
not
problems
good.
Inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds.
Oh my god.
Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
Okay. Dude, I am so sorry. Shay524 did a 10 bomb earlier and I totally missed it. My dude, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that, Shay. I hope Shay's still in here. That was a little bit earlier. Thank you. Thank you very much for that, buddy. Thank you. Justin Combs, if we could, that's a little bit over that line of politics. Appreciate your understanding, dude. Thank you. Shay, are you still in here, buddy? If not, I'm gonna send him a PM. It was like 10 minutes ago. I don't know how I missed that.
How do the re-educators work?
Well, I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
Freddie Prinze Jr. has a really cool way of lowering his voice and not sound like he's doing the Batman, you know?
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
And you're a spy.
Close. I am now, I suppose. But that's not how I started.
Hey, handsome one.
They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and...
Yeah,
hunt
iced
down
out. That's Freddie
problems.
Prinze Jr.
That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal-Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Ooh.